Hi, I'm Gudrun Lorette and this is Lockdown History. Today's object is one that you're bound to have in the house. Everybody has one, at least one, in the kitchen. And I think if we started to look closely into the history of time, it gets a bit weird. But there are a couple of things that we can think about in these couple of minutes. The Native American tribes, Buddhists, Hindus and certain other cultures believe that time is cyclical, so that everybody in the world and the universe in fact experiences the same things over and over from beginning to end. Whereas the Judeo-Christian and Islamic faiths see time as linear, beginning with God's creation and moving towards the end time. In the beginning, the early ways of telling the time included sundials, which we're all familiar with, the Egyptian water clock, which is pretty cool, where water flowed from one container to another, passing rings that marked the hours. And similarly, the Saxons had a candle clock, which burnt down past notches, and each notch represented an hour. And then early pocket watches were actually far too big to fit in anybody's pocket. And the gentlemen who could afford them, it was a status symbol for them, carried them in a box which they wore around their necks. So it probably wasn't very convenient to tell somebody the time if you were asked. And King Charles II was an early adopter of these, and he also had a bit of a fondness for waistcoats. So for King Charles II, pocket watches were actually reduced to a smaller size to fit into his waistcoat pocket. Thank you for coming along today. Please tune in tomorrow for more Lockdown History.